I would like to ask the question, when has forgetting ever helped? We as an arts institution are committed to remembering and bringing people together to know each other, to share narratives, and to shift the history of oppression that continues to consume us as a community.
Yes, this building could be torn down, but no doubt something else would be built on that site that would not lend resources to the groups that were disenfranchised, disempowered, and again terrorized by the Klan.
I think that we are at a particular point in history where remembering needs to be prioritized. Fort Worth, as I think we may all know or may all not know, had one of the largest Klan memberships in the 1920s.
The Klan was reborn in Fort Worth in 1916. Assistant chief with the Fort Worth Police Department, for whatever reason, decided to relaunch the Klan and enlist friends and police officers. And I don't think he had much trouble recruiting people. Somewhere about 1920, they decided they wanted their own building. So they brought property out on North Main and built the first Klan Hall. It was the Klan Hall until about 1927, when the Klan was fading. Now you did have two lynchings in the 1920s, one of which was a black strikebreaker.
Fred Rouse was lynched in Fort Worth on December 11th, 1921. And we've deduced that members of the Ku Klux Klan were responsible for his murder. We've been talking about what it would mean to use the building as a way to remember his life and the story of his murder, and the ways in which it's connected to racial terror today here in Fort Worth.
I definitely feel it's highly necessary. I think the facade of the safety and unity of Fort Worth is starting to crumble. We're starting to see more and more of how things were trying to be thrown under the rug. And the fact that this is a prominent building in a prominent area and an area that's coming up, I just think it's now is the time. We're an ethnic dance group, but it would be nice to have a location that not only the Mexican culture could enjoy, but all the different cultures in Fort Worth would be able to go to.
As soon as we realized that this was something that we wanted to move ahead with, we understood that it wouldn't make sense for us as people fairly new to Fort Worth to be doing it alone. It really needed to be a community-wide project. We were committed that the programming of the building and that the resources of the building be taken up by these very groups that were disenfranchised by the presence of the Klan here in the 20s.
We need to know what happened in the past so we don't repeat that, you know, and to learn from it. We could be stronger for knowing what happened. KKK Hall, we are trying to get whatever is needed to put that thing back in shape. I'd like to have my Juneteenth museum there.
Fort Worth owes it to herself to participate in the national conversation about what it means to reconcile racist histories. I think we all have a sense that histories of racism are real and that they continue to affect the lives of people of color and white people alike. And we envision that this space is a part of that national conversation and that national movement toward peace and reconciliation. And I think that we owe it to ourselves as a city to use this space to actually offer that transformation.